Welcome everyone to the Cat's Meowth and another PSA return. So this is the fourth one to come back. However, this was the second one that I sent off. And because it was one of the early ones, this has a lot of ultra rares in it, a lot of EXs and shinings. And let's just go ahead and start right into it. So from Revelation, we have a first edition Magikarp that got a 9. And unfortunately, they kind of mixed them all up in the boxes. So we're probably going to be jumping a little all over the place. So we go right from Neo Revelation into Japanese VS. These are all first editions. Ursaring got a 10. Hitmonchan a 9. Hitmonlee a 10. Machamp a 9. Fortress a 9. And Girafarig got a 10. Okay, Xatu, a 9. All of these VS cards are pack fresh. They came from, actually you can go back and watch my VS opening that I did several years ago. These all went straight to the sleeve before being sent off to PSA, and very happy to see that a lot of them came back with 10s. I have found that it is a little easier to get pack fresh cards, 10s, when they're in Japanese. Their card quality is just so much better. But you see that I still got several 9s in this batch as well. And on to box number 2. So now we're getting into box number 2, and while there's more VS cards in this lot, for some reason now we're going to EX cards. They really mixed these up for some reason than the order that I submitted them in. Now we're going into base 2 with Venusaur and Charizard getting 8s, Blastoise getting a 7, and I will admit I'm very disappointed with the English card grades overall in this lot. These are all pack fresh cards. As far as there's a few EXs that I don't believe were pack fresh, and I say pack fresh as in pulled by me pack fresh. So like it's just disappointing that a pack fresh Blastoise got a 7. This one I am just super disappointed. This was a 10 candidate. I really expected this to come back as a strong 9, possibly a 10, and just disappointed that it really got an 8. And I'm not saying that lightly. I've the other 3 submissions that I've come in had a good variety of grades, lots of 9s, a few 8s, a few below that. You know, that not every card was perfect, but there were a significant number of 10s. And again, that's because these are all pack fresh cards that have been stored in my collection for 15 plus years. Anyways, Genesis Unlimited Lugia got a 7. Now we're getting back into some of the EXs. Celebi an 8. The Charizard Holo from Dragon got a 9. Scizor an 8. Shining Celebi Unlimited, and yeah, that one got a 9. Shining Charizard Unlimited got an 8. Shining Kabutops a 9. Shining Raichu a 9. Steelix also a 9. And Shining Gyarados first edition an 8. And again, that should have been with the Magikarp. So this submission I actually had to inquire about making sure that it was still being graded, just because it took about 8 months to get back, longer than the submission sent a month after that. And here we go with some more shinings. First edition Noctowl got a 9. I can't tell if that's that mark is on the card or on the PSA case. First edition Steelix an 8. First edition Kabutops a 9. First edition Celebi a 9. First edition Charizard only got an 8, but this was one that I knew wasn't pack fresh, so that one's okay. And now we're going back into VS, so we're on the 3rd box, but yeah, something happened with this. They got really mixed up and sent all over the place. But happy to see another 10 with that Jumpluff, and another 10 with Blossom, and Lantern just got a 9. I'm pretty sure most of the VS cards came out with at least a 9. Everything is for sale, by the way. I'm sure if you're watching this, you're probably familiar with my channel enough as far as how this works. If you're interested in buying anything, just send me an email, TheCatsMeowth@gmail.com. Let me know what you're interested in. The website in the description has not been updated in a long time, and as much as I tell myself I'm going to keep updating it, it hasn't happened. So best way to figure out what's still available and what the prices are is just to contact me. I haven't priced out any of this lot yet, so I'll be pricing pretty much as people inquire. And continuing with VS Miltank, a 9, Delibird, a 9. Hold on, let's let that focus a bit. Back with another 10 with the Beedrill and Pinsir, Ledian as well. And now we're getting back into base set 2 holos. So Alakazam, an 8, Chansey, a 6. Again, pack fresh. So I am not sure what happened to this entire submission. Clefable, an 8. Clefairy, an 8. Gyarados, also an 8. Hitmonchan, 6. Magneton, 7. Nidoking, 8. I'll also comment this, that I didn't send anything off that I didn't think would at least get an 8. I even got a pre-check on my first submission, and anything that would have gotten a 7 or less was pulled. So just very surprising. Nidoqueen, a 9. Ninetales, a 9. Pidgeot got an 8, but at least we got a couple of 9s in there. Poliwrath, 8. Raichu, 6. Yeah, bummer about that one. Scyther, an 8. And Wigglytuff, a 6. Continuing with base 2, Zapdos, an 8. And now we're getting into original base set. Again, maybe just the Alakazam for now. Then we're going back to Team Rocket returns for the secret rare. Here comes Team Rocket Holo. Then back to base for the Blastoise and Charizard that both got 8s. So at least they match. All 3 are 8s, but still disappointing. Clefairy, 8. Mewtwo. Ninetales at least got a 9, as well as Poliwrath. Yeah, sorry about that. I guess if anyone, I forgot that we had not shown the base Venusaur yet. Zapdos is a 9, Raichu base an 8. Getting into some first edition jungle cards, we have Electrode at a 7, Vaporeon at a 6. Now, I think not all of these are pack fresh. Still disappointed in the 6s, but these aren't necessarily ones that would have been what I thought would have been a guarantee 9. 8 there. 8 now. The regular jungle holos, though, these are pack fresh. That's another YouTube opening that should be in the archive somewhere. Flareon, an 8. Nidoqueen, an 8. Pinsir, also an 8, and Snorlax, a 7. So I'd say a third of this submission were Wizards of the Coast holos, a third were VS cards, and a third were like EXs and Shinings and some secret rares. So I think we're now getting into a good bit of the EX cards. Crobat with a 9, Kabutops a 9, Zapdos 9, Articuno 9, Charmander Secret Rare got a 6, Mr. Mime a 7, the other Mr. Mime a 6, would have been kind of cool if they had gotten better matching numbers, Clefable a 7, and Registeel a 7, Regirock an 8, Camerupt a 7, Altaria 8, Regice 8, Milotic a 7, and Sharpedo, an 8. Hariyama, a 9. Manectric, a 7. Charmeleon Secret Rare is an 8. Garchomp Level X, a 9. And Entei EX, an 8. And we're, I guess, jumping back to Wizards of the Coast holos for a bit with some Fossil. Unlimited Hitmonlee 8, Hypno is a 9, Magneton a 9, Moltres a 7, Muck a 7, Raichu a 6, Zapdos a 9, and Lapras A7. Again, all of the fossil stuff is pack fresh. Some of these EXs were from trade, so but still, there's a lot more 8s in here than I anticipated. Altaria, an 8. Dragonite, a 7. And like I said, I didn't expect anything to get a 7 or less. Gardevoir, an 8. Kingdra, an 8. Latias, an 8. Latios, 8. And Salamence, a 9. Tyranitar got an 8. Claydol, an 8. Shiftry, a 9. Salamence, an 8. And Metagross, an 8. I think there's about 6 boxes left. Lots of EXs still in here too, I believe. Suicune, a 9. Flygon, 8. Walrein, 8. Absol, 7. Chansey, 8. Hitmonchan, 9. Lapras, a 7. Magmar, a 9. Mewtwo, an 8. Scyther, a 7. Sneasel, a 9. Swampert, 7. Shiftry, an 8. Sceptile, a 9. Kyogre, an 8. And Jirachi, a 9. Groudon got a 9. Exploud, an 8. Oh, don't drop it. Delcatty, an 8. And last one, Blaziken, got a 6. Mightyena EX got an 8. Aggron, a 7. Crawdaunt, an 8. Azumarill Secret Rare, an 8. Vaporeon, a 9. Flareon, an 8. Arcanine, an 8. Armaldo, a 7. Walrein, 7. Groudon, an 8. Kyogre, a 9. Metagross, an 8. And Ninetales, a 7. Regirock, a 9. Registeel, an 8. Wigglytuff, a 9. Groudon Secret Rare, 9. Jirachi Secret Rare, a 9. Absol Secret Rare, or maybe some of these are box toppers, but I think they're still considered secret rares, 9. And a Swampert EX with a 7. Suicune, a 9. Back to base set with a 9 for Nidoking Holo, 8 for Magneton. Machamp, also an 8. Hitmonchan, an 8. Sceptile EX got a 7. I think the rest of this stack are EXs. Raikou, an 8. Entei, 8. Cradily, 9. Charmander Secret Rare got an 8. Muck, an 8. Magcargo, a 9. Ampharos, an 8. Golem, a 9. Latias, a 9. Raichu, 8. Wailord, 9. Aerodactyl, 8. Aggron, 8. And Gardevoir, a 9. Oh, I forgot that I did send off, oh, that's right, there was a level X earlier on. They just, again, kind of all mixed up. Empoleon level X with an 8. Darkrai with an 8. Electivire, 8. Magmortar, 9. Time Space Distortion, a 7. Back to EXs with Rocket's Persian and an 8. Ho-Oh, a 6. Meganium, a 7. And Steelix, an 8. Typhlosion, a 9. Dragonite, a 9. Rayquaza, a 9. Typhlosion, 9. Blastoise, 7, but did like the nice streak of 9s there for a bit. Shame it had to end on a Blastoise. Moltres, a 7. Oh, that hurts. Raikou got a 5. Deoxys, a 9. Other Deoxys, 9. And finally, we hit an English 10 with the Deoxys set of Rayquaza EX from Deoxys. Yeah, and I think that might be the only English one. There might be one more, but I think all the other 10s were in the VS, the Japanese VS set. Zapdos and now jumping back to Wizards of the Coast Holos from Jungle, Vaporeon A6, Venomoth 8, Victreebel 8, Wigglytuff 8, Articuno First Edition from Fossil and 8, Gengar 8, Haunter 8, Hypno 8, Kabutops 8, Lapras 6, Magneton 8, Moltres 8, Muck 7, Zapdos got an 8, Aerodactyl an 8, Unlimited Aerodactyl a 9, Articuno 8, Ditto 9, Dragonite an 8, and Haunter a 9. And here's the very last box. We have a Shining Tyranitar First Edition 8, Rocket Snorlax 9, Rocket Sneasel a 9, and Rocket Scyther A7. So thank you everyone for watching. Again, if you're interested in buying anything, my email is TheCatsMeowth@gmail.com. Again, I haven't really priced out any of this stuff, so I'll pretty much just kind of be working through the lists, and if I get inquiries about anything, I will prioritize pricing those next. So thanks again everyone for watching, and I hope you'll stay tuned for more.